Hello everybody, welcome to Ariel's Little Adventures. My name is Ariel and this is a channel that takes you on exciting and fun travel vacations and little tips and tricks about some historical and interesting locations that I also find along my travels. So because obviously we're still kind of in lockdown, I can't really travel too far, but I am going to be taking you to some really fun places that are close to me-ish. And I'm going to be taking you to those in the next couple of weeks. But today I thought I would redesign my mantelpiece because I didn't like what I did the first time, and I had some fresh ideas come to me really quick, and I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my mantel for fall. So if you like that kind of thing, please consider subscribing and hit that notification bell as well, and give me a comment if things like this is what you like, and I'll just keep doing them. So with that being said, why don't you come with me as I decorate my mantelpiece? Let's get started. So first off, I wanted to put something on the mirror behind my spider webs, so I put this window cling on the mirror just to give it something to look at instead of just a blank mirror. So up next, I'm going to take this spider webbing that I got from Michael's craft store, and I'm going to put it up on the mirror. And to do this, I just stretched it over the top in kind of a square shape, and then I cut off the excess spider webbing that I didn't need, and I used it later for another piece of the project, which I'll show you later. And this is what it looked like when I was done. Up next, I took some cheesecloth that I found from the dollar store, and I put one on each side because I wanted to make like a swooping sensation out of it. And I just tucked the excess in the back, just like this. And then I wanted to add some height to either side of my mantel, so I used some Harry Potter books, but you can use whatever books you want. And I stacked them 2 on each side, and then I took these really sparkly trees and I put them up on each side, and then I'm going to do something to kind of hide the sparkles later. Next, I took this candle holder that I got from the dollar store, and I filled it with some moss, some bones, and some skulls that I also got from the dollar store because I thought they fit my witch vibe that I'm going for this mantelpiece. And then I took this little crow that I got from the dollar store and I put it on one of my sparkly trees. Then I took these bones, and here's the packaging, what it looks like. I tied some twine around each bone, and I hung a few of these bones in each tree. I did it with a loop so that way it would be easier to put around each branch, but you can do this however you want. Then I took the skeleton garland that I got from the dollar store, and I wanted to cut each of these individually, so with scissors I just cut off each skeleton and left some twine because I wanted to hang a skeleton on each tree. And it looked just like that. Up next, I took some leftover spider webbing and I put it over the top of each tree to kind of hide some of that sparkle and make them look spooky. And then I did the same thing to the other tree on the other side. Up next, I took a skull that I got from the dollar store and I put it inside this lantern that I found from Michael's craft store. And to light up the skull, I put in these fairy lights that I found on Amazon, and I have a link down below. Up next, I have this adorable potion bottle that I found from Target, and I put in my own fairy lights. To do this, I just took out the battery pack that was inside that didn't work very well, and I just shoved the fairy lights back inside the bottle, and then I put the little on-off switch right in the inside so that way it was easy to reach so I could turn them off easily. I found both of these potion bottles at the dollar spot last year. Up next, I found this cute little book stack from Michael's craft store last year, and I think it has a hocus pocus vibe to it, so I really like it, and I put it right in the center. Up next, I took this really heavy-duty cauldron that I got from Michael's craft store, and I put tissue paper in there to hold up more fairy lights. And then I used leftover cobwebbing to put on the top, and with a pulsating light fixture underneath, it looks like the cauldron is bubbling. So I want to add some potions to my mantle, so for that we have to go into the kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen countertop, everyone. I got these really cute bottles at Michael's craft store, and I'm going to be turning these into cute little potion bottles. So to do that, I printed out some potion bottles that I found online, links all down below, and I printed them out on these really cool pieces of paper that I found on Amazon, and then I just cut out each potion label. I used a hot glue gun to attach all of these labels onto the potion bottles, but you can use tape or anything else that you want. Fun part where you get to be creative. I just put water in each bottle and I filled it with a little food coloring, but you can do anything you want, and these don't even have to be filled with anything if you don't want to. I also ended up wrapping some twine around some of the tops of each bottle, and I thought that I recorded that, but I didn't. But this is really your time to get creative and make each bottle your own. I even used pieces of the skeleton from that other skeleton garland, and I hot glued them onto the bottles. So now the potion bottles are done, and I just went back into the living room to put them where I felt like they belonged on the mantelpiece. So this is where I had a lot of fun just positioning them and moving them around and deciding which one looked the best where. After I was done putting the potion bottles where I wanted, then I took these fairy lights that I got from Amazon, and they're orange, and they change between pulsating and steady, so I love them, and they're also on a timer, and just FYI, the little ones are on a timer as well. So I just took these fairy lights and I strung them all over on the mantle, and that way at night, you guys, at night, this thing looks amazing to the naked eye, by the way. I think you guys saw that in the intro, but I love the look of fairy lights. They're my favorite, and I think I'm going to use these all year round. After I position the lights where I like them, I'm going to work on the bottom half of my fireplace. So I'm going to take this basket that I got at Michael's craft store, and I'm going to put it on the left side of my fireplace, and then I'm going to take a few of these gravestones and I'm going to stick them in different places. I got the gravestones from Grocery Outlet. Next, I'm going to take these 2 skulls that I found from the dollar store and I'm going to put them in a bigger lantern. I got this lantern from Michael's craft store as well, and I'm going to put some fairy lights in these as well, so that way it just kind of lights up the whole space. So I'm going to stack the 2 skulls on top of each other, and then I'm just going to shove the fairy lights inside the lantern, and it's kind of interesting. You just kind of have to throw them in and shut the door quick and hope they don't fall out, but here's the end product. So up next, I found this candelabra for free last year, and I put in some battery operated lights, and then I'm just going to kind of mess around with the placement of everything on the ground. And then I had a bunch of leftover skeletons and skeleton hands, so I thought I would just fill the basket with them and see what happens. So then I even put in this little skeleton guy inside. And then I just finished the look by adding in a few extra things like some more battery operated candles, and I even put a book underneath the candelabra, as you can see. And then I put a black pumpkin on the right side and an orange pumpkin that I also put fairy lights in on the left side. And here is what it looks like in the daytime, and I really like it. I think it's perfectly spooky, and it's not over the top either because I didn't have a lot to work with because of the pandemic. Usually every year I like to go shopping and change up my look, but this year I decided to just go with whatever I had left over except for a few things that I picked up, like the candle holders and things like that, but everything else I pretty much already had laying around. I am from a very small town, like you guys, this might shock some of you, but I haven't been to Target since December because it's a 2-hour drive from my house. I know, so surprising, right? So that's why I had to just deal with whatever I had. And if you think this looks cool during the day, this is definitely something that you could do at home. You don't need too much, really, actually. I pretty much, like I said, most of this is dollar store stuff or just things that I've already had. But the coolest part is at night. It might not come out on camera, but to the naked eye, it really looks great, and you can see a lot more than the camera's showing. And also that cauldron really looks like it's bubbling. It's so cool. This is one of my more favorite mantle designs I've done, and especially since I had to work with what I had, it really put a challenge, but I thought it was a lot of fun. After it got dark, I decided that basket needed some more light, so I had one more orange fairy light left over, so I just stuck it inside this basket, and I think it really lit up the space really nice. And that candelabra, does that give anyone else Haunted Mansion vibes? Because it does me. The Haunted Mansion is my favorite ride at Disneyland. Thank you guys so much for joining me on Ariel's Little Adventures. Today I had a lot of fun redoing my mantle, and I hope I give you some fun tips and tricks as well. So until I see you guys again, stay spooky. I hope you guys have a happy Halloween. And before you go, please comment down below if you like this sort of thing, and give my channel a thumbs up, and also subscribe if you'd like to. So thank you guys so much, and I hope to see you guys next time. Bye guys!